Lucky ladies and gents, welcome on to today's episode of Ibiza with Mike. And today I'm very excited to be getting a really super special experience from my friend here, Richart, the aura painter. How are you, Richart?
I'm shining, brother.
You are indeed. You're shining like the beautiful sun. And aren't we glad to have the sun out today? Hey! We've had like 4 weeks of rain, the most rain Ibiza's had non-stop in 20, 30, 40, maybe 70 years, some people say. Thank you, sunshine.
Check it.
So what we're doing today is something I've never had done before. I was doing a talk at Ibango a couple of years ago when I met Richart, and he kindly did a couple of interviews with me for his podcast series talking about the Eat Sleep Rave Retreat. And he told me about his aura painting. Some of you might go, what? How many people go like, what?
Just about everybody. It's like a really. Because the thing is, it's like aura painting. You know, what is aura painting?
Yeah.
You know. So it's like, firstly, what I'm doing is I'm the only person in the world who does what I do. So that's to start off, just to make it.
So I'm the only person in the world sitting next to the only person in the world who does aura painting. That's awesome.
But okay, just to start off, basically what I'm doing is I'm just making people aware that they have an aura.
Okay.
You know, and it's also really interesting because tomorrow is the International Aura Awareness Day. Do you know?
Did you know that there was an International Aura Awareness Day? Tomorrow is it, and here we are at Puerta del Cielo, one of my favorite places in the world, and it's 11 a.m. and we're doing aura stuff. Tell me. All right.
Okay. So the thing about auras is that every single person, living creature on this planet has an aura. Yeah. Okay. And it's an electromagnetic field, comes around your body. And the thing is, it's actually your life force. It's your life force energy.
Okay.
So it was, before you arrived on this planet, you actually manifested out of your auric field. It's like the eternal part of you.
So this is like your chi energy, what people refer to as chi and these sort of things.
Yeah. And what I'm doing is that my intention has always been just to make people aware of their aura, but I do it by painting it onto a T-shirt, which is totally unique, and I'm painting it with my hands, and I'm channeling through the energy. So the whole thing is it's like a new hands-on healing experience.
Like really hands-on.
yeah. I mean, you could call me Jesus, but I'm not going to go that far.
Well, look, it's coming through us, right? God, come through, man.
It's all consciousness. So what I'm doing is that I take you into really into a deep guided meditation. Okay. And from there, you just connect with everything, because once you start to realize that there's no separation between you and everything around you and nature and everything, that it's all one, it's all connected. That's the power. That's the real power of it. Feeling the total connection within, you'll feel the sun energy within you. Then you start to feel the energy coming from Mother Earth, and it comes up through your body, out through your crown chakra, and connects you with the cosmos. And then it's like your whole aura is shining. This is what I did when I came to Ibiza, 5 or 6 days ago. Yeah. Okay. And I went into a very, very deep meditation, and I felt the energy within me absolutely shine. I was radiating so much heat. And I'll tell you, before I did it, I looked at my phone. Yeah, I looked at the weather, and it was like rain.
That's what we've been having non-stop.
Yeah. After I did the meditation, a sun appeared on the next day.
Maybe he is God. Change the weather. I even said to him yesterday, I'm like, Rich, we're going to this incredible view spot to go and do this. We got to go somewhere epic for something like this. So I just hope that the sun shines. And he's like, the sun will shine.
Actually, it's quite funny because before I came here, I went to a wedding.
Okay.
And I don't normally drink that much. I really don't, And of course, at weddings, you drink an awful lot. It's all celebration and blah, blah, blah. So I was at this wedding, and I got pretty drunk. And then the next day, I was thinking, oh my God, what happened? I couldn't remember what happened.
Been there.
And I was talking to this couple the next day, and they said, yeah, we were talking to you at the end, and then you wouldn't tell us your name. And I was going, what was that? And she said, yeah, you kept on saying that you were God.
Let's go for a drink afterwards, yeah? Well, I was hanging out with a really lovely man on the island, and his name is Malaleha. I think I've said it right. And just on Sunday, and he gave this really cool example, a scripture, an example, right? Yeah. And he said, God embodied a human being with this person, and this person turned to now God and a human being and said, God, like, tell me now, how do we be? How do we be as humans? What, now that you are God as a human, what do you do? How do you be? And he said, well, when I'm with a man, in the presence of a man, I become a man. And I embody that man, and I am that man that is in front of me, that is representing me, and that is mirroring me. And when I'm with a woman, then I become the female, and I am the feminine, and I am the woman that is in front of me. And when I'm with a child, I become a child. And when I'm on my own, I am God.
Yes, that sounds very much like me.
Love that.
Yeah. No, I think what comes to me now is like the masculine and feminine, the divine masculine, the divine feminine, yes. And it's very much like, once we get those totally in balance within us, that's what we have to do. We have to get that absolute balance. And I think that's what all of us as humanity have to start doing. Because when that happens, a very special thing happens, that when we're in balance, then the third eye opens up. And when that third eye opens up, then you start to become aware of self, you become aware of soul, you become aware of your divineness within. And that's where we're heading to now. That's actually what we need to start doing.
I agree with you 100% on that one, Richard, and I love it. And for those of you that have been following my channel or my pages for a while, you'll remember my story about discovering self-love, and I won't go into that story now, but I'll share a link for it in the video below, so do check that out, because it's exactly what you're talking about. It's understanding and discovering the divine masculine and the divine feminine within, and with that comes the third, which is connection to source. And from there, you're like, we're on.
Yeah, totally. And you know what's really interesting is, like, I've been painting triptych paintings. I paint on
triptych. What's that?
I paint onto 3 canvases, but the one in the middle is slightly larger than the 2 on the side. Okay, cool. There was a teaching from like thousands of years ago, and they put the triptych imagery into the ancient buildings. In the pyramids, they have it in the doorways. And actually what they discovered was that it was an ancient teaching, and they were teaching exactly that. On the left is the female energy, on the right is the masculine energy, and in the middle is the deity. Yeah. And so that they were, through the master craftsmen, the builders, they actually were building this relationship. And it goes into a lot of the churches, until, of course, the church realized what the message was, and then they stopped, they got these people out. Yeah. So that whole, thing of the divine masculine, divine feminine, and being in balance, that's like one of the most ancient spiritual teachings.
Yep. Without a doubt. And this is how we return to our essence and get back to our truth and live the best life that we possibly can. So, Rich, we're quite looking forward to having you join us more and more in Ibiza, being a part of our Eat Sleep Rave retreats, and also a little party we got planning for the summer where you'll be able to, go for a dance, or, go and get, watch something happening crazy in, one of our shows and performances, or you can get your aura painted with Richard. So we're looking forward to sharing that out. What else? How else can people get in touch with you? Where do we...
Basically, like, I used to live in Ibiza, like years and years ago. That's when it all like took off for me. And then, then I went traveling. Now I'm sort of moving between Valencia, Javier, which is on the Costa Blanca, and Ibiza. Okay. And I'm actually, my plan is that I want to be here on Ibiza more and more, because when I come here, I just tune into this island. I tune into it so much. Do you know what I mean? And the aura paintings are just 100 times more magnified, with the energy.
As is everything else in Ibiza, just 100 times more magnified. Wow! Which is awesome. So, and I'm sure even like 10,000 times magnified where we are. So I'm really looking forward to doing it here. I didn't know Richard had a bit of, can I say it?
Yeah.
Is he got, what's it called?
Vertigo.
Yeah, so I was like, Rich, we got to go to this epic place. It's cool. It's on the edge of a cliff. And he's like, I got a bit of vertigo. So I was like, okay, cool. We won't go too close to the edge of the cliff. I'm crazy. I could stand right on the edge. My brother always used to hate it. I'd be like, yo, bro, look down there.
So for me, it's just me putting my spiritual practice to the test to keep all that fear, really, really far away. Like, if you've been working on yourself, if you've been working on your spiritual energy, if your aura expands. It expands further and further around your body, and your aura can help heal, protect, and empower you. You know, that's the thing.
Yep.
I've got friends who, like yourself, you know, they're working, doing a lot of spiritual work and going inward. A friend of mine, she was involved in a car crash a few days ago, a couple of weeks ago, and she was hit, in a small little car, with a massive truck behind and a massive truck in front, and the car was crumpled, and yet she walked out of that.
Oh my God! How?
Again, it's her aura.
Yeah.
She's protecting. She's cocooned in love.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
with this rock falling, it's like your aura protects you.
Believe so. I really, really do believe that. And if you don't believe it, then
have your aura painted.
have your aura painted. Check it out. Start meditating and believing in yourself and getting back to your essence, and see if things change and if you feel better protected. Has there ever been somebody where you've gone to paint their aura and you're just like, oh, this is not a cool aura, man. I don't know if I want to do this.
It's actually interesting because it works in two parts. The thing is that whenever I paint people's aura, because some people say, have you ever had a really dark aura?
Yeah.
To paint? Never. Because what happens is that I always raise the vibration.
Cool.
So that the person's shining, and then I paint it. Okay. So I've never had that experience. But I have had experiences where people have come to workshops, or especially workshops, people have come and then I've said, I really don't feel that you should be here. And then I've asked them why they are here, and it turns out that a friend invited them along, and they said, oh, I think you'd really enjoy this.
Okay, yeah.
So it's really got to be, people that come to my workshops are people who come because they want to come to the workshop. No, you can't be persuaded by anybody else. It's their inner feeling. If you feel it resonates with you, then come. You'll love it.
Awesome. Well, this is definitely resonating with me. This is right up my street. I'm well up for this. Okay, and then Richart, the aura painter. We're sitting here in this most magical point of Ibiza. Others would say it's his Vedra, but don't tell his Vedra. I really like this one. I might top it. What is going to be your favorite thing about this magical island of Ibiza?
The sunshine.
Yeah. Oh, Clyde, can you do us a favor? You got a few minutes, yeah, and then and in all your wonderful life that you have been living, your lucky life that you live and share around the world, what's going to be the luckiest thing that's ever happened to you, Richart?
I think painting your aura.
Yeah. He knows the way. Good man. Right. I'm ready to get my aura painted. Are you ready to paint my aura?
Yes, let's do it.
Yeah. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Yeah. You know what? When I woke up this morning, Richard, which I was singing, I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. And that was how I woke up this morning. I'm going, all right, cool, I'm excited. And so I actually had to take a little clip of the video from Glee and send it to Rich. And I'm like, bro, I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. And then the whole time I drove here, I was like, I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. And then the drone wouldn't work for quite a few times. So then we had to change the cable. So I ran all the way back down to the car, picked up my cable, came back. I'm like, wrong cable. Ran all the way back to the car singing, I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. And then picked up the right cable, came back, and then the drone works. And I was like, I'm so excited. And now I know what I was so excited for. Honestly, truly, that was a really amazing experience, and I'd really like to thank you from the bottom of my aura, from the depths of my aura. I would like to say thank you. And I was like, so in on that before I'd even seen what you've painted and created, which is pretty epic, if I do say so for myself. I mean, it's my aura. That was amazing. What you've created here and painted, the whole experience, your words, what you had to say to me, the whole feeling was wow.
I mean, it's channeling through from the universe. I'm a vessel. I'm just letting it all through. You know, as I say, most of the time I can't remember what I said.
But wasn't that a script?
No script whatsoever. And
It sounded like it was just like, oh yeah, he says this to everyone. He says this to all the guys.
I think that's why it touched you so much.
I had tears, bro.
Yeah. I noticed the tears. I noticed your whole body starting to shake, and it was like really like you were just like your energy field was vibrating. It was like it was really intense.
Well, it was really, really beautiful, super powerful, and it felt like a script, and it was like, yeah, that's a really cool script, and it works really nicely.
Today, your soul was shining through. Today was all about the shining. This is your shining. Shining. Yeah, and you could see, like, you were really here, present. It was just incredible. And this whole week has led up to you having this moment.
Massively, dude. Massively, Rich. And you told me in the lead up that things would start to shift and change. And the same's happened for me when I've done ayahuasca or when I've done like channeling sessions. Like even if it's 3 months before, once we decide on the date, you go into the spin and things start working to that direction.
You go into that vortex.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
The spin, the vortex.
Yeah.
And all energies and spirits align and start to line things up and show me that I'm protected. Last night I got pulled over by the cops. Nothing happened. I was just like, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do it. And they ended up just letting me go.
Exactly.
The day before, I was standing underneath the rocks at the cliff face at Aguas Blancas, and 2 rocks fell and nearly killed me. And they were just next to me. I'm like, I'm so protected. So
you're so protected. Yeah. You're so protected.
You're so protected, and I just can't hide it.
Also today, I mean, look at what you've done today. You've been doing all these different things here. You've been filming, you've been droning, you've been this, that, and everything. You've been showing that you are a true multi-dimensional being.
Thank you so much. Oh yeah, you guys don't know. There's no camera crew. There's nobody here. There's no lighting. Well, we got lighting. God's on lighting. I'm on camera 1. I'm on camera 2, and I'm on the drone. My dear friend from South Africa that I've known for many years gave me a drone for my birthday. Davy Jones, you legend, told you to get to good news.
The thing is like, at a certain point, this whole experience felt like a film.
Wow. Hey guys, thanks for making us into the reality of a film.
But I think a lot of what was happening today was all about faith. Having faith.
Absolutely.
Faith that we could get the technology working, faith we could get that thing flying, faith, everything. Yeah. It was all about faith. And you got strong faith, I've got strong faith, like rock solid. We're literally standing on blooming rocks here. And that's what it's all about. That's the aura. That's, having that rock solid knowing. It's the knowing.
Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to honor it, especially in this magical location that we're on here.
Absolutely.
If you come out on a Eat Sleep Rave Retreat, or even just come out on any of your holidays out here with me in Ibiza, be sure to give me a shout and say, I want one of those, bro. They're like badass. And then you'll arrive in Ibiza going, I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. This has been awesome, Richart.
No.
Oh, no, it hasn't been awesome. It hasn't been awesome. Wait, this has been 1, 2, 3, AURAsome! Yeah!
Keep on shining.
Like the big sky out there. Da, da, da. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Da, 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 da. By the next video, I might learn the lyrics. Love ya! Thanks for joining Ibiza with Mike and Richart, the Aura Painter. Yeah! Rock and roll, bro.
Check.